What up, YouTube? Today we're going to be putting together a custom PC build. Let's get into it.
Alright, first thing we gotta do is unbox the case. Let's get down to it. Oh. It's kind of like Christmas, getting the new PC parts, you know? Until the end of the build when nothing decides to work. So this build is for a customer. We have not ordered their graphics card yet. We wanted to order that last just because of the volatility, you know, how much the market is going up and down for graphics cards right now. This over. Gotta bring the motherboard. Alright, so the first thing I kind of noticed is this case is pretty wide. I didn't really know how wide it was going to be. But I guess I'm going to take this tape off. This is a magnetic cover, dust cover. I like those a lot. Easy to clean. Sweet. So this case looks like it's going to be a perfect build. And we got the manual. Let's not lose that. So I'm going to move. I'm actually just gonna kind of leave this right here. I'm gonna get to the motherboard. I actually just realized we do not have the power supply yet, so there's nothing we can do. What up, y'all? All right, so we got the power supply. Yeah. It's a modular, so that's really nice. I'm dropping shit. That's real nice. That's the RAM. So first thing I'm gonna do, get the board out, put the processor on the board and the cooler. That's always a smart thing to do. I'm gonna get this mat out of the way. Make sure my workstation's clean. You know the drill. Chair. Alright, now I'm gonna swap camera angles while I put the processor in. And we are going to test the processor with the motherboard and the RAM and everything outside of the case first before putting it in the case. Let's get to it. So first thing I'm going to do before touching any of this stuff is I'm going to ground myself. So I got the case behind me, it's metal. I'm gonna go ahead and touch it, you know. I'm also gonna roll up the sleeves on my hoodie so that, just in case, we don't want any electric static to get on any of these components. Fresh board. So it came with some SATA cables, dope. The shield. I forget the exact name. This is what it says. And this pretty sick. The shield, Intel motherboard, drivers and utilities. That's pretty sick. The worst is when I'm doing a laptop that came in. I did a Windows 10 reinstall, and you can't find the drivers anywhere. It was maybe Windows 7. Got some extra screws there too. And a nice little pro tip I found is to build the motherboard on top of the motherboard box. That way it's grounded, you know, you're not gonna get, and you can really see what you're working with. And I would install the cooler first before putting it in your case too. It's a lot easier working outside the case, so the more you can do outside of the case, the less work you have to do fiddling inside of the case. So that's a good anti-static bag, so on the switch key. Alright, well, so I got a better camera angle for this motherboard so you can see the processor installation. So we got a Core i5. So I'm gonna go ahead and unbox that now. Pause, I got a phone call. That was the most lame conversation ever. She had the wrong phone number. Alright. People are just messing with me today. Alright, so processor goes in the bottom right hand corner. You'll see we actually have an arrow on the corner right there. Very tiny. But there's a small arrow, so that's where our arrow is going to go down. So pop that up. This out of here, you gotta take this shield off. Normally, you gotta take the shield off. Bending everything. Destroyed everything you owned. Alright. Take a look at this cooler. See what we got going on. So it is the Freezer 34 Esports Duo. So we got some should be some thermal paste in here. Oh yeah, nice little bit of thermal compound. Alright, so this is gonna go on the back of the motherboard. This is the same one, I swear. Trolls. Why does it keep saying 12 movements? Alright, so I'm gonna scoot this over a little bit. Paper bait. Jump out. Was there any kind of documentation? So it actually just tells you on the side. Alright, for direct touch. I got you. So I guess let's get this cord out of here first. So it's gonna sit on it. Like that. Alright, what's going on? Excuse me. So we're back with the computer build. I was trying to get all the trash out of the way. Kind of make room, because we're gonna need to be testing it out with the freaking new power supply. With the freaking new power supply. Alright, let's just get to it. Get straight into it. Putting all the little pieces back in here just in case I need these. These might be motherboard standoffs, honestly, so I'm gonna just leave them out. Alright, so these need to go all around here. And this is gonna be a pain in the ass. Oh, that's such a tight wedge. You couldn't even get pliers in here if you wanted to. We got it down tight. Alright, the other one, opposite side. Last little nut for this cooler. I'm busting. Oh, and I dropped the nut that I was busting. It was coming, but it didn't. Alright, my sex jokes are good. It's really hard to get tight too, but we got it. We're getting it. And it is down. And I'm getting interrupted again. Hell yeah, love it. Alright, we got an iPhone X Pro on the way. Let's see what we can see before then. So I need to do again. Oh yeah, power supply. I just love the Corsair bags. They come so nice. Alright. Looks nice and neat. Looks nice and neat. Nice and neat, sir. Like a nice and neat power supply. Alright. And I'm dropping all the modular connections. So, alright. Connections we need. I'll come back to this after we do this repair. Yeah. And after I set up a monitor. What's up, guys? So we've got the motherboard on the anti-static tray. And we are about to get all these wires out of the way here. About to plug in the monitor to the HDMI port. And we're about to plug in the main power supply in as well. So yeah, let's get on into that. So this is what I love about modular power supplies. 24 pin ATX. You know that that's this. Dude, that's it. Gotta make sure all the connections are secure all the way around for each part of this. And then we've got our CPU power. You'll know that it's labeled because it's labeled CPU. And this is his monitor that he ordered. Super dope. I accidentally just put it squeezed it right onto the fucked up part. Ah, that shit hurts like a bitch. Ow. But you know what? We're getting straight back into it. Yo, that shit is still stinging. Alright, CPU. 4+4 CPU. I guess it's at the end. So that's all we need, I think. Motherboard and CPU. Yeah, we don't have a graphics card. Alright, so CPU power line. Why does it say CPU power line? What's going on, guys? It's Fitz here. It's been a few days since I messed with this build, mainly because we were waiting on the graphics card. It just came, but we want to test out what we've got right now. So what I'm gonna do first is I plugged in the power supply. I'm gonna turn it on. It's plugged into the motherboard on the CPU end and on the motherboard power end. And I'm just gonna take, you could use a little screwdriver, really anything small and metal, to short the power switch, which is, let's find it real quick. Turned around, yes, right. There we go. You'll see she's turning on after I shorted the power switch. And yeah, everything pops up. This is running just off of the onboard graphics. But yeah, all the fans are spinning on the CPU side. I think the reason the power supply fan spins is because it's not inside a case and it's not detecting any heat right now. But it is reading all of my memory. Let me get it, yeah. Let's see. I got 2 sticks in there, 8 gigs a piece. So I'd say let's go ahead and get the motherboard inside the case, install the graphics card, and then do some cable management. This should be fun. Let's get into it, please. What up, guys? It is that time. We're about to check out the case and try to put the motherboard inside the case with the graphics card. Yeah, just hopefully get this computer built. I was actually. What's up? Back with the computer build. Alright. Where are we at?
I think I'm trying to install the wall cables from the case into the motherboard. That's exactly what we should install this thing.
Yo, installing the frickin' cables from the computer case to the motherboard is a pain, but I just finished it. Oh man. Now I gotta install the power supply. And I gotta make it not look ugly inside at the same time. So I think we're good.
Flip it over.
Alright, back to it. So, gotta fit this in, gotta screw it in place.
Get these cables managed somehow, one way or another.
Windows 10 setup time. Let's get it. Beauty. This is the computer build from the other day. As you can see, it is completed and ready to go for him to game.